friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Cher. So today we're going to be talking all things Olaplex. I mentioned to you guys a while back that I had wanted to kind of bring a video discussing all the different Olaplex products, the whole line, and trying to distinguish between the differences between them all. And I asked if you guys were interested in that, and several of you were. So I'm finally bringing this video to you. Today we're going to dissect all the Olaplex products and go through them and try to make sense of when you would use which kind, because I know it gets very confusing and overwhelming with how many there are. You know, you got number 4, you got number 5. You're like, well, which one's which? What do I choose? I have no idea. I'm clueless. We're going to address it all today. So if that interests you, stick around and we will get started. Okay, guys, I do want to give you the disclaimer that I am not a hair person. I'm not a hairdresser. I'm not licensed in hair, none of that. And from the look of my hair, you can decide whether or not you want to take advice from me. No, I'm definitely like, hair is not my specialty, but I love the Olaplex line, and I have had to kind of sort through what does all this mean. And so I figured if I'm confused about it, probably a lot of other people are too. So I thought this will just be a great video idea to break it all down for you guys and share some of the things I've learned with you. So let's start talking about it. Let's talk about what makes Olaplex so special and so popular. It really kind of came on scene a few years ago and kind of took the world by storm. So let's talk about what it is that is so special about it compared to other, shampoos and hair products and all. So it contains this ingredient that I know I'm going to butcher. I will not be able to pronounce any of these chemical names, by the way. So it is a single molecule called bioaminopropyl diglycol dimaleate. It's a mouthful. In a nutshell, it is a single molecule that works to repair our hair bonds. So what are bonds? Everybody's hair is made up of different proteins as well as keratin, and they are held together by bonds that are called disulfide bonds. Another one I'm probably butchering. So when those bonds get broken and damaged, that's when we start to see the problems in our hair. Things like frizziness, getting dry and brittle, all of that. There are certain things that cause this damage. A lot of things I don't even think of. I mean, some I know, but others I'm like, oh yeah. So this can include chemical treatments to your hair, perms and, what have you. It can include color treatments to the hair too. I dye my hair every month. And even though I'm like happy that I'm covering my gray hair, it is damaging my hair to do so. Brushing and tugging on the hair, heat applying, like curling your hair or even blow drying your hair, hair straightening, all of those things applies heat. So that causes damage. And then the things I don't think about are like environmental factors. Cold weather actually hurts your hair. The dry, cold weather. And on the opposite end, sun damage. So getting out in the sun at the beach and all that, and the UV rays. So all of these things can really damage the bonds in our hair. And so all of Olaplex's products, every one of their products includes this bond repair and building ingredient that I'm not going to repeat again because I can't say it correctly. But basically that is kind of the at the basis of all of these products is that ingredient. Okay, so now let's start sorting through the numbers. You'll notice that all of Olaplex's products contain numbers like number 0, number 1, 2, 3, and you're like, why are there numbers? What do they mean? A lot of them have to do with the timing of when their products came out. So they kind of started off with number 1 and number 2, two little lines here. But these two were specifically for in salons. So you will not be able to purchase 1 or 2 if you are a normal consumer trying to buy these just for your use at home. They're more for professionals that are using them for specific treatments in the salon. But then they later came out with number 3 and 4 And from there, they go all the way up to number 9, I believe. But then they also went back to 0 because that's more of like a pre-treatment. So that's still available for us, and not in the salon. But I think it just kind of went backwards because they added it, later on and just keep coming out with new products. But all of these products also are kind of for universal hair. They come out with something for everybody depending on your hair type. So that's another great thing about them. But that's kind of where we get into the number system, is just based on when they've come out with things. And just remember that 1 and 2 are not going to be for your use. That's more for salons. So let's start talking about your use and what's available. All right, let's start with number 0. And I think there's only 1 0 and 1 in the 0 line. And this is a newer addition. So I guess that's why they said 0 is to take it back to pre-treatment. And so really this one is made to go hand in hand with number 3 hair protector, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So it's kind of made to be a first step out of a 2-part system. But this one is called the number 0 intensive bond building hair treatment. It's supposed to really kind of help the number 3 hair perfector to be absorbed better. So it's a preparation for that one. And this one, you're just going to treat the hair. It's a treatment, so it's not a conditioner or a hair mask. It's actually a treatment. You'll leave it on for about 10 minutes on damp hair. Then you would do step 2 following up, which is the number 3 hair perfector. This is kind of the one that is like most well known and the most raved about and kind of set Olaplex on the map, I think. And it is also a treatment, not a conditioner or hair mask. It's designed to reduce breakage and like enhance the shine and really strengthen the bonds, and repair them. And so you leave this one on for 20 minutes on damp hair. Definitely, again, great for damaged hair, especially from like chemical or heat applications and treatments. So these two are really kind of designed to go hand in hand. But 0 was sort of the going backwards in time. It's a fairly new addition, but it's made to be like a pre-treatment to the treatments, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's talk. Those were treatments. There's another one that's a treatment too, but we'll talk about it when we get to number 8. For now, we're going to move on to the 4s. So all of the number 4s refer to shampoos. And then the number 5s refer to conditioners. So this is kind of how you can know. So there are 3 main shampoos that Olaplex has, and then there is a dry shampoo as well. So the 3 regular shampoos, the first one is the one I've got here, which is the number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo. This is kind of your like regular shampoo, maybe universal. Really repairs, strengthens, and nourishes all hair types. And so this was kind of like the first in the line, your standard one. This is the one I tend to get. Now, I haven't been using it recently, so don't judge based on how my hair looks right now. I've used it before, but not in a long time. So I'm going to be starting again, but yeah. So this is basically designed to protect the hair from, your daily wear, from all of the damage, frizz, the split ends. And it is designed to, add some moisture, and then it cleanses from the scalp to the ends, but you definitely want to focus a lot on the ends on this one. So that's kind of your like regular shampoo. Then there's a clarifying shampoo. This one's called the number 4 Bond Maintenance Clarifying Shampoo, and it clarifies, as you said. Now, if you don't know a lot about what clarification does, I've recently learned a lot about it. I have a friend who has an amazing YouTube channel and knows a lot about hair. Her name's Jennifer Larson. Check her out. And I've learned all about the clarification process, and from my hairdresser as well, and how important it is to be clarifying your hair. So this is still something you want to be building into your hair routine. So I would honestly say you really could pair it with, like, do both shampoos. This could kind of be your regular shampoo and then still do some clarifying too. And then that creates kind of like a double cleanse. Or if you tend towards more oily hair, then the clarifying shampoo, you could just substitute, like, don't use this, but just use the clarifying shampoo instead by itself. But basically what this does is it's going to remove a lot of the excess oils, but it also really helps remove a lot of built up hair chemicals, which we all have, and like products, and like protecting against like, the hard water, like minerals in our hard water and all of that. And so that's why it's good for everybody to still be clarifying their hair, but it's especially great for like the oily hair types too, because it's removing that excess oil also. And then the other one is the one especially for blondes. For 4P, the Blonde Enhancer Toning Shampoo. So this is going to help with like, that brassy and the yellows you tend to see with blondes, especially as they age. And so it helps kind of remove some of that and really more brighten the blonde color. And also for those who are kind of embracing going gray and they're transitioning, if they're a blonde over more into the grays, it's going to kind of help, just take the ugly brassy colors out of your hair for you. And then, as I mentioned, there's the dry shampoo. So this one is the 4D Clean Volume Detox Dry Shampoo. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps you. The 4s tend to be the shampoos, 3 different types depending, and then a dry one. We had our treatments, which were 0 and 3, and then there's going to be an 8, which we'll talk about in a minute. Now we're going to talk about the conditioners. So these are the 5s in your numbers. So there's 2 different types of conditioners. There's number 5, the Bond Maintenance Conditioner, which pairs with this shampoo. And then you have the Blonde Enhancing Toning Conditioner that pairs with the blonde shampoo. So easy enough. Okay, so now we move more into like the styling and, oils and that kind of thing. And these are just kind of all random numbers. There's not really one number for this category. So we're going to start off with number 6. This is the Bond Smoother. It's a leave-in conditioner, helps with smoothing frizz and flyaways and all of that. So this is going to be kind of like a silky formula. It includes vitamin E and coconut oil. Now, this one's probably going to tend to be more for folks with dry hair like me. So, if you have oilier hair, maybe not the one for you. Also going to be good for, curly hair too, or people really struggling with frizz. Then you have number 7, Bonding Oil. So this is a styling oil as opposed to like a leave-in conditioner. It's more oil-based. It's going to help improve shine. So if you're looking to add more shine to your hair and, improves the softness, adds strength. It's also really great for summertime because it is going to be a heat protectant. So you can use it with your heat, like a thermal protectant, but also it is a great protectant against the UV rays. So that's going to be fabulous for summer. And this is one that maybe the ones with graying hair trying to transition, like me, might want to look at this one a little bit more too, to kind of add that shine in as well. And then you have your number 9, which is the Bond Protection Nourishing Hair Serum. So this is a silicone-free serum for the hair, and another one good for frizz control. It's going to fight against a lot of free radicals and the chemicals, environmental damage. It has antioxidants in it. It's also a thermal protectant, so, heat protectant. Will be good for like curly haired folks and, frizz control too. So a couple of different options in styling, but then they've also got a product that does not have a number, and that is the Blow Dry Mist. So this is going to kind of help with adding volume in the hair while you're blow drying. And so you apply it, you can spray it, add a little more bounce and body while you're styling your hair and blow drying. So we'll go back to number 8. I skipped number 8 because it's not really under like styling. It's more under that treatment. So this is another treatment one, and this is an actual hair mask. So the Bond Intense Moisture Mask. This one just adds a lot of moisture to the hair, like quadruples moisture, and adds smoothness overall times 6 is what it claims. Adds a lot of body to the hair, and the way you'll use it is you're just going to apply it to clean, damp hair and leave it in for at least 10 minutes. So I think like pretty much everybody would be using this to mask. So with your treatments, you've got the pre-treatments, and then you've got a mask here. So they kind of recommend both for most hair types. And then it just kind of depends on what you're looking for, on what you choose for styling, and what you choose for your shampoo or conditioner. That's kind of a nutshell of all of the products, guys. So it does, depend on what you're looking for, what your hair concerns are, but a lot of these are fairly universal ones. I think where it really just differs is, if you're blonde looking to, take out the brassiness, or if you have particularly oily hair versus dry hair. that kind of thing. So, and on their website, they do have a way for you to go there and put in what your hair concerns are, and it will kind of give you a list of recommendations based on those hair concerns of what they think your routine would be. But that's really a nutshell of all the products. And I am at the end of my last shampoo, so I'm going to be starting back on my number 4. And I'm going to probably go ahead and get the conditioner with it when I run out of my conditioner, and probably go back to the treatment too. Maybe do the full line, and maybe I'll update you guys on my results. So let me know if you've used Olaplex. Let me know if this was helpful for you. That wraps it up today. I hope that was helpful for you. Going through all the products, trying to figure out which one is right for your hair type. And hopefully that gave you some helpful information. If you like videos like this one, I'm happy to bring more, going through different lines and trying to kind of decipher through the mess for you or just all the information and breaking it down for you. So if you want to see more like this in the future, let me know, and also stick around and pop that subscribe button so you won't miss it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.